Okay, this is like my third time, guys, in trying to actually get my lecture to record. It kept on having issues with the video portion, so I went in and decided to turn the video where you'd be seeing me off and try to record it, see if it won't glitch up like it did. Anyway, for this lecture, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. What does assessment look like when we use technology tools? We talked about that in the first and second sessions. We're going to continue to talk about it for the next, 13 weeks, or actually it would be 12 weeks. So anyway, that's going to be the focus of the course, as I said in week one. You do have an article that you've been assigned. It's in the discussion thread. You're going to go ahead and read that, locate two articles to support your 2 to 3 questions that you are asked to come up with. You will post the 2 articles you locate, but you won't post your questions until after class on Monday, or our Google Hangout on Monday. So I have this quote about legal issues surrounding testings. States use many high-stakes assessments to make decisions about individuals. These tests may be criticized by those who believe that their purpose or application is discriminatory. A set of general guidelines generated from legal decisions on assessment and professional standards is presented in chapters devoted to 4 major areas of concern in statewide assessment. First area, testing to award diplomas. Potential biases against historically disadvantaged groups, testing accommodations for persons with disabilities, and fourth, the legal issues in performance assessment. So, obviously, this has been a concern since 1993. It's still not going away. So if we've had a concern for that long, why aren't we doing something to fix it? And I think that we've all, agreed that it's not an area where, it's going to get fixed itself. It's going to take some major overhaul, and I think that there's got to be some legislators in place that are going to see the value in making a change. So there's 4 things I want you to think about, and this is going to tie into the assignment that I've given you, which I'll go into a little more depth in just a minute. It's of course, the assessment concerns, and we talked about that on Monday. As far as just our own issues that we see, and then things that we've talked to other educators about. So you're going to look at that in relationship to your assignment. You're going to focus on student concerns. Of course, Alex brought up a couple on Monday night in our Google Hangout, so obviously we have them, but I don't think they're getting addressed. And then there's the concerns that instructors have. And I think those are issues and valid issues that need to be dealt with. And then there's the concerns relating to the curricula. Okay, so in your assignment, I want you to think about these 3 things in your write-up. They're not listed on the assignment that I posted, but I want you to add them to it. So I want you to think about defining what is assessment, how does it differ from standardized testing, and what is your understanding of alternative assessment. I want you to compare traditional to alternative assessment. So these are 6 areas that I want you to compare when you're looking at the assignment. So traditional, which focuses on language, as opposed to alternative, which focuses on communication. Traditional is teacher-centered, where alternative is learner-centered. Traditional is isolated skills, where alternative is integrated skills. Traditional is emphasis on product, whereas the alternative is emphasis on process. Traditional looks at one-way correctness, which alternative looks at multiple solutions. Traditional tests that tests versus alternative that tests that teach. So I want you to account for these 6 areas as well in your analysis in your assignment. And then I want you to think about, we are not supposed to evaluate how much information students retain, but rather how they use that information. I want you to if that's not what you believe, I want you to focus on what you do believe and articulate that in your analysis. And then again, this big focus of this class is using technology. So how can technology help you with that? I want you to explore these 4 typical software-based test slash scoring guides. So question mark, exam builder, schoolhouse technologies, and standards toolbox. As you go through them and look at it, make notes so we can discuss them. And if you find an equivalent that is not as rigid as these are, then let's discuss that as well. You're also going to be charged with coming up with alternative web-based tests. So for Monday's Hangout, I want you to locate 2 alternative web-based tests on the internet and include a summary of each and upload along with the assignment in Blackboard for Monday night's Google Hangout. You're going to talk about that. You're going to be able to, give us a web address, give us the summary, and just what you thought worked well, what could be improved, but how it's better than some of the things that you were assigned to look at on the previous slide. So that will go along and be uploaded into the assignment link along with your actual assignment. Okay, so talking about your assignment, you have a case study about basically some students aren't that lucky. So you need to look to review that. There are specific things that I've asked you to include in your analysis on the document that I wrote up. And then I've got the pieces that I asked you in this lecture to include as well. So you will review that, you will write it up, and then you'll upload that to Blackboard through the assignment link along with these alternative web-based tests that you've located. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, a text, or call me. Otherwise, I will see you on Monday night in Google Hangouts at 7 o'clock. And I will go ahead and just post the link like I did on Monday, and then you can just click on it and it'll take you right into the Hangout. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in the Google Hangout on Monday.